Stage 14 is a fairly short one of 160 kilometres starting in Montoro, and there's bound to be a big fight for the breakaway in the flat early section. After a first Category 3 climb, they'll hit the base of Los Vilares, which leads directly onto La Pandera. The final climb is 8.4 kilometres at 7.8%, which is bound to shake things up in the general classification. Well, it took around 65 kilometres for a breakaway to form, with the riders hurtling through the first 2 hours of racing at high speed, almost 47 kilometres an hour. Eventually, 10 riders managed to squeeze out a small gap, with stage winners Richard Carapaz and Mads Pedersen getting into the move. They were joined by experienced riders like Luis Leon Sanchez, Alexei Lutsenko, Kenny Elissonde and Bruno Armirail, as well as young talents Clément Champoussin, Filippo Conca, Raúl Garcia and Marco Brenner. A strong breakaway indeed. Quick-Step Alpha Vinyl were pacing the peloton for Remco Evenepoel, keeping the gap at between 3 and 4 minutes. The closest on GC up front was Carapaz, almost 15 minutes off the pace. The break working well together on the first climb of the day. They knew they would need a decent gap to have any chance of getting the stage victory. Carapaz first to the summit, picking up 3 King of the Mountains points. The intermediate sprint came with 33k to go. Unsurprisingly, the break were happy to let Mads Pedersen roll through and take maximum points. The Dane increasing his lead to 171. He is on superb form at the moment, but he won't be going to Australia for the World Championships later this month. Raúl Garcia will also have heard stories of La Pandera. His father Felix came 7th on the climb when it first featured at La Vuelta back in 2002 and went on to finish 8th overall. As the Puerto de los Vilares loomed into view, Pedersen sat up. The rest of the breakaway preparing for 20 kilometres of climbing with a lead of 3.5 minutes. The first man to put in a dig from the front group was Lutsenko, who's in his 4th breakaway of this Vuelta. Sanchez was quickly onto the Kazakh's wheel. They were joined by Carapaz, Champoussin and then Conca. But eventually the group reformed, with only Brenner dropped. The next man to attack was Sanchez, who has never won an individual stage of his home Grand Tour. The Spaniard was solo at the summit with a lead of around 15 seconds, but he soon had company in the shape of Carapaz as they embarked on La Pandera. With 5.5 kilometres to go, Conca and Champoussin had caught up again, while the peloton had closed to within a minute and a half. The battle for stage honours hotting up nicely. Primož Roglič then attacked with 4 kilometres to go. Evenepoel just trying to work his way back to the Slovenian's wheel, but suddenly he didn't have the legs.
He looks around for the first time to ask for some help, and there's no help coming because Mas shakes his head. Roglič is cruising away.
Meanwhile, Carapaz had gone solo at the front, hunting his 2nd stage victory in the space of just 3 days. Roglič and Lopez were closing fast though, getting to within 10 seconds at the Flamme Rouge. Could the Ecuadorian hold on, and what would the time gaps be at the finish?
Look at him go. It's going to be Carapaz who's going to win today's stage to Sierra de La Pandera, and he's left an absolutely chaotic welter behind him. Here he comes, doubling up, riding for Ineos Grenadiers. Richard Carapaz wins again in La Vuelta.
After winning on Peñas Blancas on Thursday, Carapaz does it again on Saturday with an even more prestigious win on La Pandera. He may now be eyeing up a tilt at the polka dot jersey. The other big winner today was Primož Roglič, whose bid to land a 4th straight Vuelta is still very much alive. Evenepoel showing his first signs of weakness. Can the overall leader hit back tomorrow in the Sierra Nevada? You wait 5 years for a Vuelta stage win, then 2 come along at once. Carapaz winning by just 8 seconds from Lopez and Roglič, followed by Almeida, Rodriguez and Mas. Evenepoel was 8th at 56 seconds. The Belgian nevertheless limiting his losses. He remains a minute and 49 seconds clear of Roglič overall, with Mas at 2 minutes and 43.